Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is step 41, part 2 on how to build this RC Tamiya glove liner. Now in this video, I'm going to show you how to install lights in the rear bumper and also how to install mini lights to light up the license plate on the rear bumper, and also show you how the fog lights look in the front bumper once they turn on. So all that is going to be step by step on this video, and I try to make it as short as possible, but it's very hard to make short videos when it's step by step. So I hope you like this video. So check this out. So the first step is to locate this cable labeled J15. Okay, so this wire is one of the wires that powers the LEDs inside the cap. Next, cut the LEDs, cut the green wire and also the white wire. So right there you can see where it was connected from the original wire, and this is how it looks like. Now, using any piece of wood board, go ahead and install 2 wood screws. Make sure that they're metal and screw them in just like this, like you see right here. And connect the green wire to one of the screws and do the same thing with the white wire. Now, this is so you can test the new LEDs that they're going to be installed in the rear bumper. That way you don't burn the MFC and accidentally cause a short circuit. So this is one of the safest way to test the LEDs. Next, grab your LEDs that you're going to use. Now I'm using a 3mm LED for my reverse lights. One goes here and one goes here. Now I'm also going to be using a micro LED to light up the license plates here on the top. And all the description on where to buy these LEDs, I'm gonna write them on the description down below of this video. Next, test your LEDs to make sure that they're working. Now the green one, the green wire is the negative, and I'm going to connect it to my black wire here on my LED, and the white wire is the positive, and that one goes to the red one on my LED. And there you go, you can see that it's working. Okay, so this LED is ready to go. Now I'm going to test the other one for my license plates, the micro LED light. So the this copper color goes to the positive, and then the chrome one goes to the negative. So right there, I'm going to connect it. And right there, you can see that it's working. So these 2 LEDs are ready to be installed. Now, using a painter's tape, install a piece of tape right here on top of the license plate, right across each other, just like this. Try to keep it straight, just like this. Okay, and this is going to be to mark where you're going to make the holes for the LED, the micro LED. Okay, just like this. Now, using the regular pen, make 2 marks, and this is going to be to drill the holes. Now, I made a mark above the letter D and the other one above the letter A. Now, try to make them as close as possible, just like this. Now, I'm going to start making the holes using a micro hand drill, and this is to get precise location of the hole where I want it. So just take your time. Okay, gently start marking where the hole is. Now go ahead and test the hole to see if the wire goes through, and gently feed it in the hole. Okay, and that works. And if it doesn't work, then you can expand it using a bigger drill bit. Now go ahead and remove the tape. Alright, so next go ahead and install another piece of painter's tape right here on this side, just like this. And this is going to be to mark and make the circle where you're going to drill the hole for the other reverse light. Alright, so now using a piece of plastic just like this, go ahead and drill a hole, a 1564 hole. And this is going to be a template, so you can go ahead and put it where you want the other reverse light. And all you have to do is just pretty much align it to the same height, try to match it, and also the same distance from this LED. Okay, so try to match it, and then just go ahead and trace the hole. That way you can know where exactly to drill the hole. Now here's where I cut this piece of plastic. you can buy these sheets of plastic at any local hobby store. So check them out. They're very useful when it comes to modification and doing other different projects. All right, so now remove the LEDs from the back. Now I'm going to remove all of them. And this is so it doesn't get damaged. The cables, the wires don't get damaged when I'm drilling the hole through. Okay, so you want to protect those wires. Okay, so get all of them out and put in to the side somewhere safe. Okay, and this one too. All right, so now go ahead and mark the center of the circle. That way you know exactly where the center of the circle is, so you can start drilling the hole. All right, so now I'm going to start drilling the hole, and I'm going to be using a hand drill, and this is going to give me more precise location of the center of the hole. Okay, so this is how I'm going to start it, and then after I made the hole, I'm going to expand it and make it bigger. Okay, so this helps a lot, because if not, sometimes the drill bit, it'll slide and it'll start messing it up. So this is more precise. Okay, that should do it. And now I can go ahead and expand and make the hole bigger. All right, so now using a 1564 drill bit, I'm going to start drilling the hole gently. So that little hole that I made is going to keep it centered. That way the drill bit doesn't slide all over the place. Okay, so start gentle, be very gentle, and do not put that much pressure. Just let the drill bit do the job. Okay, right there. Once you feel that it went through, now gently take it out. Okay, and inspect it. Check the back, and you will see right here in the back that there's this piece of plastic in the middle. So what you want to do is pretty much cut it. Now, using any type of pliers, go ahead and make room. Remove that middle plastic piece that is blocking the drill bit, and just get it out of the way. Doesn't have to be precise. Just be gentle when removing that extra piece. Okay, and just work around it. Just be gentle. Okay, you want to be gentle with this. You don't want to damage something else. And if you have other tools that it makes it easier, then go ahead and use that. So right there, you can see that it's like in an angle, and do the same thing on the other side. So basically, as like an angle. Okay, right there you can see it. Okay, I'm gonna cut a little bit more. Okay, just be careful when cutting this, because sometimes these pieces of plastic, they might fly out, and you do not want it to hit your eye. So wear some safety goggles, glasses. That way your eyes are protected. Okay, so I think that should be good. Okay, just like this. All right, so now go ahead and finish drilling the hole. Now be gentle. All right, now go ahead and do it on the other side. This is to clean the hole. Be gentle. All right, just like this. Now, if you have a file just like this, go ahead and gently rub it against the edge of the circle, the hole. And this is so you can remove the extra pieces that sometimes you can feel it with your finger on the side of the plastic, because you want it flush. The idea is to have the hole flush. Okay, so do it gently without scratching the bumper. All right, so now go ahead and install one of these LED holders. Now I'm going to write the description of this item in the description down below of this video, so you can know where to buy them. Okay, so this one goes right here, just like that. Now go ahead and put a piece of painter's tape again here on top of the LED holder, just like this, nice and secure. Okay, push it down on the LED holder so it's nice and flush to the bumper. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and add some hot glue to secure the LED holder. Take your time, just go around the LED holder. And this is going to secure it. All right, just like this. And any excessive glue, go ahead and remove it from the bumper. Now, I recommend you letting it dry overnight. That way it's completely dry before you install the LED. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and paint the top of the micro LED because I want the light to shine down on the license plate and not on the top. So I'm going to be using this flat black paint made by Tamiya, and the number is XF-1. Okay, and you don't need that much, just a tiny bit of paint. So gently paint the top of the micro LED. Okay, just like that, and let it dry. Now I am going to paint mine over, that way it can match the bumper, and gently, just like that, and let it dry. Now once it's completely dry, install it into the rear bumper, gently into the holes, and make sure you do not pull the wires too hard. And also on the micro LED, do not grab it from here with your fingers on the top where you paint it, because you do not want to remove the paint, and gently just feed it in the into the bumper. And also make sure that the LED is facing the right way. It's not facing up, it's facing down on the license plate. So gently, just like this, and be careful when you get to pretty much close to the bumper with the LED. Don't pull too hard, because you do not want to remove the wires from the connections on the LED, I mean. And gently just push and adjust the micro LED. So here I'm just gonna get it closer to the bumper, and just gently I'm going to press, but gently, not too hard, because I do not want to detach the wires from the micro LED. Now here, if you notice, the micro LED is facing a little bit up. Now I'm going to gently pull it down. So make the proper adjustments where the LED needs to be. Okay, so I need to bring it a little bit more down. Okay, gently make those fine adjustments until you get it to the right spot that it needs to be. Okay, a little bit more, and right there you can see that is level. Okay, right there we go. Okay, so it's level. Maybe it's hard to see it on the phone, but just get it where it's supposed to be, level, nice and straight, and close to the bumper as possible. Like I said, be gentle, don't press too hard. You don't want to detach the wires from the LED, and just like that should be just fine. Now go ahead and add painter's tape on top of the micro LED, and this is going to be to secure the LED so it doesn't move, because on the back you're going to add some glue to secure the LED. So right here, gently cover the micro LED just like this, and press on the tape. So be gentle, don't press too hard, because you do not want to move the micro LED, because you already adjusted it to where you wanted it. So basically it's just on the tape, pushing on the tape so the LED does not move. Now here's an example of what type of glues you could use on the back of the bumper to secure the LED. Now these are not LEDs, this is LED holders, but you get the idea. So starting with this one, this is wood glue. Now wood glue works good, but not as strong as the other ones that you're going to see. So I'm not gonna be using wood glue, but you can use wood glue if you don't have something else. Now hot glue works good, but in big areas where it can get more grip. And for this one, to hold the micro LED, since it's a small area, then hot glue pretty much doesn't have enough grip, so it's more likely that it's going to fall off the hot glue. So I'm not using hot glue for this LED. Now here I have this is silicone, and this is what you use for your automotive. It's ultra black gasket maker, oil resistant, but basically it's silicone where you use it for in the automotives to make gaskets. So this one is flexible and it's very strong. So for this application, this one I noticed it works really good. So now the next one, it's Shugu. This one works really good too. It's pretty strong, and but I just don't like the smell. Using this is a very strong smell. I don't like it, the fumes. So if you use this one, then try to use it and have a good ventilation. You don't want to be breathing those fumes. So that's the reason I'm not using this one. So that's why I'm going to be using the silicone, this one. Now with this silicone, you don't want to take too long because this one pretty much dries pretty quick. So gently apply it in the area between the wires. So this one can get pretty messy, and I think I grabbed too much. And just as you can see right there, it's it starts to dry pretty quick, because when it's more wet, then it stays more like a drop. But then as it keeps drying, it starts to kind of like get this this weird shapes like hairs, and that's because it's drying. So I'm trying to get it in there before it dries. And at the same time I'm recording, I have the phone in the middle, so it's it's a little bit tricky because I want to get everything on the video as close as possible. That's why most of my videos you see here, they're step by step, because I want to show you exactly step by step on how to get this RCs working. So right there, just a little bit more. Okay, and spread it around. Okay, and try to keep it as clean as possible. Okay, I know it's hard, but try to keep it always clean. Make the job clean. Doesn't have to be perfect, but clean as possible. So just like that. And then the extra silicone, you can just wipe it with something you have around, or you can use these Q-tips, which I already cut them in small pieces, which makes it easier to use, and gently just wipe it like this. Okay, and the wires too, you can clean the wires gently, and just like that. Very easy, and let it dry overnight. Now, one thing I forgot to mention is to bend the wires down and let it dry in this position. That way it's not interfering when you connect the bumper with the truck. Now, once the silicone and the hot glue has been dry completely, go ahead and paint it with a chrome paint marker over the hot glue. And this is going to be to match it to the original bumper, the chrome. So just paint over it, and it's up to you. You don't have to, but you can leave it without painting it. So just like that, very easy. Now go ahead and remove the tape. And on this one, remove it carefully, because here's the small micro LED. All right, and nice. Now go ahead and install the LED. Now sometimes the LED won't go in, and that's because hot glue goes between the gaps of the LED holder. So using a 9/64 hand drill bit, go ahead and clean the hole out gently. And try again. And if not, go ahead and try again. Clean the hole out. Now, sometimes it's going to come out the other side, the drill bit. Make sure it's not too much because you do not want to expand the hole too much. And that's okay. And try it again. Be careful because there's a resistor here. Okay. And there we go. All right, just like that. Next, go ahead and test the LED and make those fine adjustments. Now the LED, if the LED is sticking out more inside the bumper, then you're going to get less light outside. And if the LED is more towards the outside, the more light you're going to get right here. So make those fine adjustments. And then right here on the back, go ahead and bend the wires. Now I have them in this position, and gently, after you make the adjustments how you want it, then go ahead and bend them slightly, carefully. And you want to bend it like this, gently, just like this. And make sure that the LED is still in the position that you left it. Now go ahead and add some hot glue. And try to keep the LED straight. That's why I have put this small tape just to hold the LED straight while it's drying. Now go ahead and install the other LEDs and also the cover. And now this bumper is ready to be installed into the truck. Now install the bumper and move the wires out of the way. And in your Tamiya kit, this screw is going to be included, part number BB5, and add some liquid thread lock because there's a little nut here in the back. So that's why you need to add liquid thread lock. And install the other one. Now sometimes this nut is going to fall off. Now the easiest way to install it is simply by removing these 2 screws on this side and 2 more screws on this side that holds the chassis brace, and gently pull it out. And now you can see easily where the nut goes, and just simply grab the nut. I already put it inside the I already put the screw inside the nut because this is easier to grab it, and just simply put it in the slot. Make sure that it goes all the way in the slot where the shape of the nut is in the plastic, and make sure it goes in. Okay, and now go ahead and remove the screw. Okay, and that's how you install it easily. Now I'm going to use this little stick just to hold the nut in place. That way it doesn't fall off when I put the screw. Now make sure you put liquid thread lock on the screw. Okay, and make it tight. Do not over tighten it. Tight, but not over tight. Okay, just like that. Now I like to add a little bit of extra liquid thread lock just to make sure the screw is secure, just like that. And that's going to keep it more secure. You don't have to do it, but I like to do that. Now go ahead and install the bumper with the chassis brace. And install back the 2 screws here and the 2 screws on this side. Alright, so now I have the truck here on top of this soft pillow, and that's to protect the electronics here in the cab because the cab is going to be opening. So I have to be really careful with that, and also to protect the finish on the chrome bumpers. So I do not want to scratch them, and that's the idea by putting the truck on top of a soft pillow. Now I already cut the wires here because since the cab is going to be opening, I need to extend my wires using this type of wires. So I'm gonna write the description of this wire in the description down below of this video so you can know where to buy them. So adjust your wires accordingly because every truck is different. So depending on the length of your chassis, go ahead and adjust it accordingly. If you're not doing any modifications, then if the chassis is the stock one, then you can just go ahead and plug it into the MFC through the middle, because normally that's how it goes. But depending on your truck, go ahead and adjust them and extend them accordingly. So I already cut them. Here you can see that they already cut, and my wires from here, they go into this hole into the chassis brace. So here I have an example. So this is the chassis brace, and the original one right here is the original. Okay, so the original, there's no hole in the middle, and that's one of the things that I wish I would have known before starting to build the RC truck, because if I would have known before, I would have drilled the hole way before. So here I already drilled some hole using a 3/8 of a drill bit. So this is pretty much the size, and you can do it either both ways, both sides I mean, and that's so you can feed the wires. So I like this idea to have the holes into the chassis brace because it'll make the truck look more realistic. So that's the idea, and this is the original. So if you starting your build, I recommend you making holes on the chassis brace, either on one side or both sides. So now if you do it on both sides, when you install it, you're gonna have more options to run the wires through it, and it's going to look more realistic, because that's how on real trucks, that's how it looks. The chassis brace, there's gaps on both sides. That way the air lines and the electrical wires, they go through. Now I did it for this one and for this one. Now since for me, I already have built most of the truck, I didn't want to go ahead and remove the axle, all this, to remove the chassis brace so I could drill the holes nicely. So what I did for my case, I basically grabbed a nail, and this is a just, I don't know what size this nail is. I just like the size of the head so I can fit the wires through. So what I did, I bended it, and using a this type of pliers, I grabbed it, secure it I mean, and then I heat it up, and carefully, what I did, once it was very hot, carefully I push onto the chassis brace like this, and basically melted the chassis brace through. Now I had to remove the fifth wheel. I did remove it because I needed access on the top. So I didn't do it from the bottom, I did it from the top, and that's how I basically pushed through on this one and also on this one. But it's pretty hard. I guess it will be easier if I mean, of course it's going to be easier if you do it in the beginning before you start building the chassis, but since I didn't want to go through all this, removing all this thing, so this is the way I found it much easier, which it is, but in another way it's also a little bit tricky, and you got to be really careful, because this is going to be really hot and you don't want to accidentally burn yourself. So you know, I'll recommend you doing it in the beginning before you start building the truck. And this one, you got to be really careful not to burn yourself and or burn something else in the truck. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and solder the wires, extend them, and the only wire I didn't cut yet is this one. This is the left turn signal, and the reason is because I do not want to accidentally solder the wrong wire and get it confused with this one. This is the right turn signal. So that's the reason I'm going to leave this for last, and I'm gonna do that off camera because I don't want this video to be super long. So I'm gonna come back and show you the results. All right, so I soldered my wires and extended my wires at 34 inches long, and this is how it looks like. Very nice, very clean job. I'm very happy how it turned out, and this makes the truck more realistic to the real trucks, because on the real trucks, the wires, they run inside the chassis rail, and this is how it makes the truck look more realistic, in my opinion. Now, to secure the wires, the cables, I use small cable ties, and let me show you which ones they are. Multi-purpose cable ties, and it's the small ones, not the regular size. So they work really good at securing and making the job look very nice and clean. So you can see right there how it looks really nice. Now here on this chassis brace, there's a gap, an opening. So that's where I kind of push my wires a little bit, organize it and push them back so it could look like this. And then the wires, they run inside the chassis rail inside the hole that I made in the chassis brace, and then they continue inside the chassis rail, and then they go through the other hole of the chassis brace, and then they continue inside the chassis rail, and right here they split. So most of the wires, I run them through here. I tie them down with the motor cable that is here, and then they go up, which I'm gonna show you in a minute where they come out. And then here on the bottom, I have the left turn signal wire, the fifth wheel wires, and also the servo that locks and unlocks the fifth wheel. So all those wires, they run through here, and I'm gonna show you also where they come out. Now, I was gonna use wrapping cable to secure the wires like this one, but I changed my mind since I noticed that the wires, they're very secure and they're not coming out. So that's why I changed my mind and decided not to use this. But it's up to you if you want to use it. So I'm going to write the description of this item in case you want to buy it in the description down below of this video. Now here in the front, the wires come out through here and also here on this side right there. You can see right there. Now then they go inside this hole and they come out through the other side. Now here I have this cable tie. This size is bigger than a regular cable tie. And right here I have a tiny little hole which I drill, and then I put this inside. I put this wire, thin wire, and that's how I wrap the wire that I'm going to feed inside the hole right here. So I can guide it gently. I guide it and all the way to the back. And that's the way I find it easier to feed the wires inside to the other side. Now, to give you an idea of how much wire to leave outside in order for the cab to open up just like the real truck, I'm going to show you by showing you with this permanent marker. And this is how I did it. I pretty much use this just like a guide to know how much wire to leave outside. So this is pretty much a rough idea of how much wire you want it to stick out. And this is going to give it enough room for the cap to open up. Now here in the top, I soldered all my extensions to the main wires. Now the wire labeled J15, this one, the power is split into 3 parts. One goes to the back to light up the license plate, and then the other power goes to light up the original LED that came with the wire. Here's one of them, and here's the other one. Now they look different because I painted it with this transparent orange color, which is clear orange, and the number is X-26, and it's a Tamiya paint. All right, so here's how the LED is put together. Now you have your LED holder in this position, and then the LED just slides up to where it stops, and then you add hot glue here on the top so you can secure it all around and let it dry. Then using microcrystal clear, go ahead and add some glue here in the front right here, and that's going to make a gasket and make the LED more secure. So just inside there, and let it dry. Now this one is a little bit longer than the original, and that's because of the resistor here, but you get the idea. And finally, using a Tamiya clear orange, the number of this paint is X-26. This is clear orange. Go ahead and dip the LED carefully into inside the paint, just gently. You just want to paint just the LED, not the other parts, and just like that, let it dry. Now using a 1564 drill bit, go ahead and drill a hole right here, right next to the wall of the battery. not too close because you don't want to scratch it. So right here, right next to it, and in front of the sticker right there, you can see the fuel sticker. So in front, just to give you an idea, pretty much right there. And you want to protect the fuel tank. Put something that is going to protect it before you drill. That way you don't scratch accidentally the fuel tank. Now I'm going to use micro crystal clear right here around the hole just to secure the LED. Not that much. And this is going to dry clear, so I'm not worried if I'm putting too much right now. So basically it's just gonna make the LED more secure. And the LED goes like this. And any excessive glue, you can just wipe it out with your finger or a napkin. And make sure there's no glue here on the bottom of the LED. Go ahead and clean it out. And do the same thing for the other LED. Now time to connect the cables. Cable J15 is going to be right here. And they start by going J20, this is the top one. And then J19, J18, J17, J16, and J15. Now the wire labeled J19, this one is the tail light or the brake light. And again, starting from the top, J20, and the second one is J19, and that's where you connect this one. Now the wire labeled J18, which is the reverse light, is going to be again J20, J19, and this one right here, J18. Now the fog light, which is J17, the wire, again starting from the top, J20, J19, J18, and J17 right there. Now the left turn signal, which is wire J24, and again from the top, this is J27, J26, J25, and this one J24. And finally, wire J23, which is the right turn signal, and again starting from the top, J27, J26, J25, J24, and right here J23. Now go ahead and organize the cables. Try to be creative as possible. That way you get a clean job. So it's all up to you how you want to do it. And here from the top, this is how it looks like. Very nice, very clean job. You can see the wires there. And like I said, it's up to you if you want to leave it like that or use the cable wrapping. But for me, I think this is a good look to the truck because it makes it more realistic. So very nice. Now for the fun part. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the lights on so you can see the final results on this job. So first I'm going to flip the switch down, my dual switch down, and now I'm going to turn the right stick. I'm going to push it down, and that's going to turn my lights on. So check this out. Right there, look at that. Wow, beautiful, very nice. I like how the license plates, they look with the lights on. This really makes the truck stand out and makes the truck look very realistic to the real trucks. Very nice. Now I'm going to try to turn my reverse lights without the truck moving too much on the table. So right there, look at that. Beautiful, nice, and very bright. Wow, very bright lights. Oh wow, that looks really nice. Now I'm going to turn my brake lights without moving the truck too much too. So I'm going to go forward and now back, and right there, look at that, nice. Again, my brake lights, again, nice. All right, I like it. Now my right turn signal, oh wow, look at that, beautiful. Now the left turn signal, nice. Now I'm going to turn on the emergency hazard lights by pushing the right stick up. And look at that. Wow, really nice. That looks really cool. All right, so now I'm going to turn them off by pushing up on the stick, the right stick up, and they turn off. Alright, so I'm very happy with the results. This makes the truck look more realistic. Very nice how it turned out. And this is how my LEDs on the side look like. They look very nice. Now, of course, this is just on the top. I just put it right now for reference. But you can see right there, it looks very nice. And finally, my fog lights. They look really nice too. Alright everyone, that's it for this video. I hope you liked this video and found this video very helpful so you can build your RC Tamiya glove liner. Now, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please consider subscribing to my channel. Support my channel by subscribing and hit that like button if you like this video. And thank you again for watching this video, and I'll see you on the next one.